Hi guys, Andrew here from Boxing Bros UK. Me and Chris are doing a video on the state of American heavyweight boxing tomorrow. And this little video I'm going to do now is just to kind of tie in with that, and a particular interest I have on Michael Hunter, Michael the Bounty Hunter. 23 1-2, 16 KOs. Obviously started as a very talented cruiserweight, moving up to heavyweight, you know, with movement, you know, good speed. You know, small heavyweight, you know, might struggle against the big boys of the division, although as we get into, he had that good win against Piccoli. But what has happened to his career? It just seems to have completely stagnated. We saw him at the Anderson-Piccoli fight at the weekend, and he clearly, as a way to sort of, you know, get his face back out there, and clearly fancies the Piccoli rematch, thinks he's maybe got his number. And Piccoli's got no real reason to fight him or to rematch him. And what's it going to do in terms of numbers? Michael Hunter's career, his profile has just completely plummeted. And, you know, especially when you look at his kind of last few fights as well, and allegedly had that Hrgovic fight that he allegedly, may I say, turned down. I don't think Piccoli doesn't need to fight him. So, you know, what's gone on? You know, like I say, talented cruiserweight, smaller heavyweight, could have been the current. You know, he's 36 now, and you do wonder whether time's running out. And he could have been the current number one above Anderson. You know, and the likes of Wilder, who's now finished, but, you know, Jarrell Miller, Andy Ruiz, Charles Martin, Jermaine Franklin, all these guys. And we'll talk about, me and Chris in the video tomorrow, about what's going on with the American heavyweights and where are they all. In 2017, he fought Usyk for the WBO World Cruiser, lost by unanimous decision, 110 to 117, 3 times. Gave him a few problems though, gave Usyk something to think about in that fight for sure, and you could see his talent. In 2018 he obviously had his big win, which probably a lot of American fans were basing on why they thought Anderson might smoke Piccoli, because of that loss to Hunter. But if you actually look into that, he had a shoulder injury. Billy, his trainer, you know, pleaded with him, from what I gather and from what I remember, to hang in there. But it was a 10th round TKO stoppage, and that was Michael Hunter got the IBO Intercontinental Championship. It was at York Hall in England, Bethnal Green. But yeah, Piccoli had a shoulder injury in that fight. Probably still should have won, actually, even with one arm, against a much smaller man, talented fighter like Piccoli. But it was, you know, he was much younger. I mean, that was what, 2018, so 6 years ago now. So yeah, Piccoli would have been 25. So, and look at Piccoli's career now, especially after the dominant performance and beatdown he put on Anderson, the real big baby. And then he went on to beat Ustinov, the likes of Kuzman, who was a good heavyweight in his day. Then he drew with Povetkin in 2021, I think that was. Then he had another draw with the durable Jerry Forrest, which really seemed to derail him. He actually beat him in 2014, you know, a good 10 years ago now, but drew with Jerry Forrest, who's, you know, he's been in there with some good names, Jerry Forrest, you know, and he was put down 3 times by Zhang a few years back, and but sort of took Zhang the distance, I believe, from what I remember. And I think those draws certainly didn't help things. Again, there was the talk about the Hrgovic fight. That never happened. I think he was also supposed to fight Hughie Fury twice, and that fell through, probably likely due to Hughie Fury's illnesses and difficulties at the time, although I'm not completely sure. And then it just sort of all went a bit weird and quiet, and he inexplicably fought in Mexico against a guy called Kubos, and then Esparza, and then weirdly fought this Russian guy called Artem Suzlenkov in this sort of competition thing going on out there, and it weirdly wasn't on the box rec, and then he was quoted as saying, Michael Hunter, it was an exhibition. So I don't quite know what was going on there. Then sort of right up to now, he fought Cassius Chaney for the WBO gold belt, which he won. Cassius Chaney is really sort of nobody in the division. I mean, again, what another sort of comeback fight? You know, he'd gone from fighting the likes of Povetkin and these guys all the way down to Cassius Chaney. Like, what has gone on? You know, Chaney beat a very poor Trevor Bryan. You know, no great shakes. And just in conclusion, really, and you know, and this is kind of like a little preliminary video into tomorrow, and me and Chris have maybe discuss this in a bit more detail again. But is he kind of frozen out, avoided? It looks that way. I mean, he looks eminently promotable to me, likeable enough. He said himself that he's the most avoided person in the division. Is it that kind of high risk, low reward? I mean, he certainly doesn't carry the power to scare a lot of the kind of top 20 heavyweights in the world, but he's tricky. You know, he's a good boxer. You know, a fast heavyweight. Certainly, a rematch with Piccoli would propel his career and elevate it again. But I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Piccoli is interested in that fight. I don't think so. So yeah, please leave in the comments, any Americans out there, anyone, let you know what is kind of going on there. Where do we see Michael Hunter going from here? I mean, he's 36, which isn't too old for a heavyweight, but has he kind of got much left? Is he finished? What on earth is going on there? You know, is it his promotion team, his management? Does he not have the heart and desire? If anyone else knows anymore, let us know. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for our video on American heavyweights tomorrow and the state of the division out there, and especially after the hype job that is Jared Anderson got humbled, although he's young enough to come again. But yeah, please like and subscribe. Boxing Bros UK. This has been Andrew, and cheers.